bringing you the latest news from Lubbock High Athletics. This is the Westerner Fan Zone podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Welcome back. It is the Westerner Fan Zone. Rob Breaux joined by girls basketball coach Brent Palmer. Coach, first of all, how you doing?
Doing well. Just trying to keep my head above water.
Yeah, this time of year, it's all you can do really as you're coming down the home stretch. I was talking to Coach James earlier from Coronado, and she played up the rivalry a little bit.
Yeah, I was listening to her.
Coming in.
I was listening to her coming in.
We'll get to that a little later on, maybe there in the second segment. But we were talking about how fast this year's gone. I mean, it's February at the end of this week. It just seems crazy.
It just blows my mind how fast time gets by. It seems like you're in the off season lifting weights and running and that kind of stuff, and then all of a sudden you have your first tournament, and then it's Thanksgiving and Christmas, and then your season's almost complete. So it does get away in a hurry.
You kind of have those milestones as the season goes along. The tournament, the Caprock tournament, and you get kind of the middle of the year and district starts, and now you have 3 district games left. You've done well to this point to be in the playoff hunt. What are you telling your team to stay focused down the stretch here?
I'm really a big believer this time of year about keeping kids mentally fresh and things like that, and you've got to make sure that they are focused in and locked in on what has to happen for you, and you just talk about it all the time. Sometimes you get that roll the eyes. Oh, coach, again. You're saying that, but just keeping them locked in and focused, and this time of year everybody's in shape and that kind of stuff. It's just, in my opinion, it's about repetition and keeping them as fresh as you can keep them.
You ever get out the beach ball and practice or whatever? Have some levity?
Well, we do some different things from time to time, and we cut our practice times down and try to get good intense reps and get them in and get them out and that kind of thing, and try not to beat a dead horse.
Yep. Last Friday, you're coming off a 3-game losing streak. You get a big lead against Lubbock Cooper. You lose the lead, a 24-point lead, but you get the victory. And what does that mean to you and your team, especially kind of reinvigorating the playoff hunt and staying in there and beating a good Lubbock Cooper team?
Right. We knew that Lubbock Cooper would be tough. We did have a great first quarter and built a pretty good lead, but I knew that they would, start hitting some shots, and Coach Isler does a great job with them, and they made some adjustments after that first quarter that that we had to adjust to as well, and I was just proud of the way the kids kept their composure and their discipline down in at the end of the game, and we did some things, made some buckets when we had to make them, and that's a sign of a good team and a team that plays with some confidence, and that's what you need to be doing this time of year.
You talked about the growth and improvement of your team, holding on and winning that game. How have you seen the improvement in crunch time and clutch situations that this team has grown over the year?
Even though we went through that 3-game losing streak, playing the big 3, one of the things that I saw was a lot of growth in our offensive discipline in what we're trying to do and what we're trying to get, and that was really good to see, and that's something you can always try to build on, and I think part of that is our maturity level, because we do have 6 seniors, and they finally start listening, and it starts making a little bit more sense to them, and so I was really happy to see that in that last game we played.
So you start to look ahead a little bit at the schedule coming up, but you had seniors make the 14 of the last 16 points to close out that Cooper game. You have a couple of games left. One of them is probably senior night. What does it mean to you? How important has this senior class been to you and the program?
Oh, they're a great bunch of kids. They've been with the program for a long, long time, and even several of them have played together through AAU, and even like Izzy and Faith and Pierce. They played with each other since third, fourth grade. And so it's really good to see. I just love this group to death. And because of the close camaraderie that we've had over the years, and watching them grow and getting better, and those kind of things.
They talked about in the Avalanche Journal article after the last game, those seniors getting back to the playoffs. Are they hungry to get back to it? They've tasted it, now they want to get back?
Yeah, they are hungry, and rightfully so. There's some things at Lubbock High that we have not accomplished yet, and that those are some of the goals that we've set for ourselves, and not only to try to get to the playoffs, but also to get a gold ball. And that's something I talk to them about all the time. About Lubbock High has not ever got a gold ball in girls basketball, and that's something that really drives me every day, as a coach, and hopefully it drives them as to be that first team.
All right, we'll look ahead to the rest of the schedule as we come back in the Westerner Fan Zone with Coach Brent Palmer after this on 100.7 The Score.
Diving headfirst into Lubbock High athletics. You're listening to the Westerner Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score and the 100.7 The Score mobile app.
Welcome back. It is the Westerner Fan Zone here with Brent Palmer, the Lubbock High girls basketball coach. In the mix for the playoffs. Lubbock High 6-7 in district play. Cooper 6-7 in district play. You got some tiebreakers there after sweeping it. You were telling me in the break that's the first time you've swept Lubbock Cooper, so that's a big achievement here this year. And then Plainview right ahead at 7-7, so they're up half a game. The upcoming schedule: Palo Duro, you've beaten them already. Not looking ahead or anything else. That's an important game. Every game's important. But then you have Coronado on Friday, senior night. A bunch of seniors on this team. Obviously, some important ones. We talked to Ashley James early on about that game and how they beat you earlier in the season. How big of a game is that just in the whole mix? It seems like there's a lot going on Friday night.
Well, obviously, if we don't take care of business tomorrow, it's not going to be near as big. But, we've got to go to Palo Duro tomorrow night and play well and take care of our business. But, that game Friday night is a huge rivalry. It has been ever since I've been here. And Coach James does a good job with those kids, and they'll be fired up. And I think my kids will be fired up. And it's, like you said, it's senior night, and there will be some emotion in there as well. And knowing that that's their last home game that they'll play on in Westerner Gym, and so should be a fun game.
Do you take game plans and things that you were successful with from game to game? Like if you beat Palo Duro by 20 the first time, are you trying to do similar things, or do you try to bring something new in these district games, or you play them twice?
Well, we try to put in a new wrinkle here and there, and not just do the exact same thing all the time. Obviously, we have to do what we do well, and those kind of things. But we do try to put in some things that maybe they haven't seen before on film or whatever.
These seniors we've talked about, obviously the whole roster. We talked about having a mental edge early on in the show. Do you feel like they're playing loose and prepared for these next two games?
I really do. This is a hard group to figure out sometimes. You don't know sometimes where they're where they're at, mentally, but
Yeah, a bit of
but
an
they
enigma there.
they are a pretty loose group, and they're fun to watch. Sometimes it drives me crazy. That's why I've got a ball spot in the back of my head. But I think they understand what's ahead of them and what they could accomplish and what they need to do to get there.
Now we have the 3 games left. Big opportunity for you. You've talked about playing what's in front of you. You have to take care of business at Palo Duro, and then you have Coronado. Have you talked to the team about the importance, and you've talked to them about the gold ball, and there's so much importance here. Is it truly just one game at a time, or are you taking this as a final week and a half and kind of building it all together?
I think as a player or a coach to a player, this time of year, you can't look ahead. You try to get them to focus in on that game that they've got at hand, like tomorrow night. Now, as coaches, we're looking at game film, of opponents coming up and making plans and doing those kind of things, because you've got to do that kind of behind the scenes to be ready for that, that next game and get your team prepared. But I feel like it's really, really important for them to lock in and take care of that one that's right there in front of them.
All right, Coach, it's the Westerner Fan Zone. Good luck against Palo Duro. Good luck against Coronado. And hope you can get in the playoffs and get that gold ball. That's important for Lubbock High.
That'd be something that would be really great.
All right, that was the Westerner Fan Zone. Thanks to Coach Brent Palmer. Up next, Ralph Ramon from Monterey talking a little baseball. It's coming up faster than you think here at the high school level. We'll see you after this on the Plainsman Fan Zone on 100.7 The Score.